Does your blog feel like it's been forgotten? In this video, I'll teach you how to get more traffic to your blog than ever before. You'll learn exactly what you can do to turn your blog into a traffic magnet. You'll have all the blog readers you've ever dreamed of. There's a new video coming out next Tuesday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it, and hit the bell so YouTube lets you know the second it arrives. Step 1, build backward. We want to build our business, whether it's a blog or anything else, in the correct order. Most of the time, we have an idea for a blog topic and start creating content. After we've written a few posts, we start looking for the audience who would be interested in our content. That's the wrong order. To succeed with any business, you need to find the customers first. Here are some questions that will help you define and then find your target audience. What do you want to sell to your audience? What type of people want to buy that product? What type of questions are they asking? And where are they spending their time right now? Without an existing audience, it can seem really difficult to find out the answers to these questions, but it's actually quite easy. The first thing you want to do is find your competitors. Find the people who are speaking to the same audience that you're speaking to. When you find a message that's quite close to yours, start looking at their content. Since we're talking about blogging in this video, let's start with blog content. Find a blog with content and topics that you would write about. And then you're going to read the comments. That's the real source of valuable information. What parts do people like and dislike? Even better, what questions are they asking? This is how I found success with my books on Amazon. I read all the reviews of my competitors' books to find out what people like, dislike, and want more of. That all affects what I put into my content. When launching this YouTube channel, I spent a lot of time watching videos by other people who were similar to me. I watch videos by people who look like me, are of a similar age, and talk about topics that I find interesting. I've watched more YouTube in the past few months than in the previous few years. I find reading the comments really helpful, and it gives me a sense of what my audience likes. It also helps me to come up with ideas for my own content. What videos, blog posts, and podcast episodes do I find most interesting? Let's say you're a baker and you want to sell recipes. That's great, but there are a lot of ways to sell recipes. You can put a cookbook on Amazon, start a YouTube channel, sell recipes one by one from your website, start a Pinterest recipe board, or do online cooking classes where students cook and follow along with a video. How can you know what's the right product? Look what your competitors are selling. That's where the action is. Everything should be driving towards products and content that you already know your audience likes. I can look at 10 YouTube videos and know which ones are working and which ones aren't. YouTube shows the view count. I know mine are quite low as this is a new channel that I'm still figuring out. It shows how many people commented or liked a video. That's the kind of content that my audience is interested in. So that's the type of content I'll create. By studying what people are already responding to and buying, you can create a roadmap for your blog. You can write about the topics that your audience has already shown they're interested in. Build a website for your target audience. Does your website's design match what your audience is looking for? I have a super distinctive style and design to my website. People either love it or they hate it. And that's quite intentional. I'm always pushing my designs up or down. That means I'm always making the site even more comic booky or trying to streamline and simplify. I redesign my website every 2 years and a constant struggle to get it perfect. What I like keeps changing, so my definition of perfect changes over time as well. Your website should look and feel like the competition. If your competition all has the blog as the homepage, then your audience will expect that from you. That was my format for many years. Now, my competition has switched to a homepage with some opt-in forms, information about the person behind the site, and a bunch of reasons why they are amazing. And so that's what my homepage looks like now. It's okay to be different, to have your own look, style, or aesthetic, but there's a trick to it. You want to be familiar enough that they know you're what they're looking for, with room to be different enough to stand out. I've been an author for a long time, so let's talk about book covers. If you have a horror novel with a romance cover, you won't sell any copies. Horror fans will pick up the book, read the back cover, and realize it's not for them. Romance fans will never pick up the book because it looks too scary. For many years, I avoided the movie Donnie Darko. The cover was the metal head of the rabbit, and I thought it was a horror movie. That kept me from seeing the movie for years, even though I really enjoyed it when I finally saw it. Something tells me I'm not the only one put off by their marketing. If your website is very feminine and your audience is very masculine, then you'll struggle to connect with your people. There's still a lot of freedom to design your site and add features that you really enjoy. There are so many different looks and styles to websites that compete with me. The barrier of recognizability is not really that limiting. In addition to how you design and structure your website, you also want to create content that your audience is looking for. You want to make the content interesting and educational, or just entertaining if that's your market. You can find what people want by going to a competitor's website and looking for their most popular content. Most websites have a most popular post section. Often these automatically generate a list of the blog posts starting with the most popular. That means it stays current. Those most popular posts are a great place for your content to start, and that's certainly how I roadmap my content. It's even easier if someone has a YouTube channel. Just go to their channel page, click on all videos, and sort by most views. Now you know which videos to model first. Finally, try to make your content shareable. Create social media images and sound bites that people can easily share. The share button should be right there on every post, ready to show the world. The easier it is for people to share your content, the more likely they are to do it. Step 3, speed up your website. In the 12 years that I've been in this business, website speed has only increased in importance. People have less patience. When is the last time you waited 10 seconds for a blog post to load? I bet you get annoyed when a YouTube video shows you that buffering wheel. I know it drives me crazy. A decade ago, buffering was simply part of my life. Now I expect it to never happen. Before you do anything, you want to test your site speed using 2 tools, Google Page Speed and GTmetrix. I'll post the links right below this video. All you have to do is paste in your website URL, and the tools will both give you a score and a list of ways to fix any issues. The easiest way to speed up your website is to look at your hosting. I've been through quite a few in my career, and I had complaints about my site speed until I switched to Kinsta. That provided a nice boost to my traffic. Google ranks faster websites higher, and even websites with great content will get pushed down the search rankings if they load slow. If you're using WordPress, which most people are, look at your plugins and see if there are ways to remove any that you don't need anymore. I used to have a plugin that showed social media logos on the sidebar next to every blog post. Because it was a plugin, it took a little time to load and create those logos every time someone visited my website. During my last speed up campaign, I found a training on how to create the code myself in less than 30 minutes. I followed the instructions, and now I have a few lines of copy and paste HTML from a blog post instead of a plugin slowing things down. There is one plugin that is worth adding called WP Rocket. It's the plugin that everyone on Fiverr will install if you search for speeding up your website. It's basically the gold standard for speeding up websites, and it's very beginner friendly to set up yourself. What's the most important to you? The look of a website, the content, or how fast it loads? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know in the comments. Optimize your SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it's really unavoidable. Every time you type anything into the search bar, the people who optimize their content will be at the top of the results. This applies to Google, YouTube, and Pinterest. There are 2 steps to this process. The first is research. Find the term you want to optimize for. You can use a free tool like Ubersuggest to find low competition search terms. You can go watch my video, How to Get More Blog Followers, from my Ubersuggest walkthrough. Once you've found some terms that you know people are searching for, create content that answers the question that they're asking. There is a very cool free plugin called Rank Math that will do all the SEO work for you as you're writing your blog posts and articles. You paste in your search term, and then it will tell you exactly where to put your keyword in the post. It's a huge shortcut and means SEO doesn't have to be hard or scary. These 2 free tools will do the heavy lifting for your SEO. I like to separate the phases of my creative process, so I'll do my research in batches. I'll find a ton of keywords that I think would make great articles, and then I'll create draft posts inside of WordPress with Rank Math already filled in. Then, when I'm in a writing mood, I have a bunch of topics to choose from. This process means that I'm never stuck trying to come up with an idea when I need to publish a new article. Step 5, build your authority. People need to respect you and believe that your advice is worth listening to. We often think that this comes from credentials, but you can demonstrate your authority by speaking about something with great knowledge. I don't have to open 10 blog posts while I'm writing my YouTube scripts. I already know everything about these topics because I've been in this business for a long time. Demonstrating your expertise is the first and easiest way to show you're worth listening to. The second is to release consistent content. Release your content on a schedule that you can maintain. I've made a commitment to release a new YouTube video every Tuesday at the same time. It's actually really hard to stick with. Even when I'm ahead on writing and recording the videos, my video editor can get behind editing other content and suddenly worried. I like to schedule my videos a week in advance so that I'm never nervous. Recently, it was the night before a video was due to release, and we had it ready, and then my internet went out, so I couldn't upload it until the day it was due. I don't like that feeling. Consistent content will keep your audience coming back. You come back to this channel expecting new content every Tuesday. If I miss a week, you probably won't be as excited to come back the next Tuesday. And if it happens a few times, you'll go from checking every week to once a month to every few months. This is how you lose your followers. You don't have to put out content every day, just create a schedule that you can maintain. Authority comes from seeing you as more than an expert. People also want to know that you're a real person. Interact with your audience as much as possible. Reply to every single comment. Make people feel special while letting them know that you really exist. The most common email I get is some form of people saying they hope I'll respond. And when I do, they like me more than the 10 other authors they follow who didn't reply. You can also create authority by posting content on other people's blogs. I'm actually editing a guest post for my blog right now. I get a free, high-quality piece of content, and they get to expand their authority. Bonus tip, leverage social media. Create social images for every new post, and then post them on all your channels. Don't wait for other people. It's okay to be the first one. If you can post on every social network consistently, that's great. But if you can't maintain it, just start with one. The secret to growing your traffic across all channels is to create an ecosystem. Your blog should lead people to your social channels, that leads people to your video channels, that lead people back to your blog. This practice is covered in great detail in my video, How to Repurpose Your Content for Social Media, and will help you to easily generate loads of social media content for each blog post. Do you want even more readers, fans, subscribers, and customers from your blog? Make sure to grab my free guide on how to get your first 100 superfans right now at johnlinks.com/100. Hit the like button below if you enjoyed this video, comment below and share a link to your blog, and be sure to subscribe for new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching that video. Here's a couple more that you might like from my channel.